Good evening aspirants, welcome to Crack Grade B to another session of PIB MCQ for Phase 2 NABARD. First of all, tell me, am I audible and visible? Screen is clearly visible? Yes, am I audible? Please confirm once. Yes, okay. Okay, so let's start with the session. So this session will be focused on Phase 2 for NABARD, and the scheme discussion will be in detail. Okay, if I am covering any news in the PIB MCQ session for Phase 2, it will cover all the aspects of the scheme, not just static part, not just current part, and all the, if some crops came up in the news, then I will discuss the geographical conditions also. Okay, so let's start. And please participate in the session. Okay, it will be a fruitful session only when you will try to answer. No matter if you give wrong answers, doesn't matter, but you will learn something. Okay, so try to give answers. So starting from the first question. So this is the question, and there are 4 options for PMJ scheme, that is Jan Arogya Yojana. So the scheme was launched on 23rd September 2018 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Second statement is the scheme in the world which aims to provide a health cover of rupees 5 lakh per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. It covers up to 3 days of pre-hospitalization and 15 days post-hospitalization. And fourth statement is there is no restriction on the family size, age or gender. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Okay, saying D, D. All are true. All are true. I am giving you second chance. All are not true. Yes, it is launched from Ranchi. Okay. So statement 2, 3 and 4 are true because it was launched on 23rd of September 2018, but from Ranchi. Okay, not from Madhya Pradesh. Okay. So let's discuss about the scheme. So it is one of the component of Ayushman Bharat. Okay, it was launched on 23rd September 2018 in Ranchi, Jharkhand, and Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana is the largest health cover in the world. We all know that it is very common statement for this scheme now, and it covers a health cover of rupees 5 lakh per family. There is no restriction and no cap on the size of the family. There is no discrimination in age, size or gender of the family and number of family members. What are the important features of the scheme? The first is it is world's largest health insurance scheme. Second feature is that it covers rupees 5 lakh per family for secondary and tertiary hospitalization care. Okay. Third component is that it provides cashless access to healthcare services for the beneficiary at the point of service. Okay. And fourth is that it covers 3 days pre-hospitalization and 15 days post-hospitalization expenses. Okay, such as diagnostics and medicines. All right. Yes. Next is that there is no restriction family size. I already told you. All pre-existing conditions are covered from day 1. See, in any insurance scheme, if we purchase from some private sector, there is a condition that no prevailing illness will be covered. There are some restrictions on illness when we register for any specific medical insurance schemes, right? Depending upon the company. Some may allow, some may not allow. But under Ayushman Bharat, this is a government scheme and it covers all the illness, okay? So, right from day 1, okay? Do remember this statement. Public hospitals are reimbursed for the healthcare services at par with the private hospitals. Okay. So the participation of public as well as private hospitals are encouraged, and the facilities are given will be reimbursed even in private hospitals. Okay. Now let's come to question number 2. We'll start with easy question, then we'll move on to the confusing questions. Okay, question 2. Identify the correct statement about Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. For 2023-24, budget estimate is of rupees 7192 crore. Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation administers the mission. Up to 5% of total program funds could be utilized for information, education and communication in Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin 2. I am talking about 2, okay? And up to 1% can be utilized for administration charges. Identify the correct statement. Arjun is saying A, that is 1, 2, 4. Okay. You all have come with the revision, right? Have you read the PDF? I have already provided for few questions. Yes, A. Good. So why? Because in Swachh Bharat Mission 2 Gramin, it is 3%. 3% of total program fund could be utilized, okay? Let's quickly revise about the scheme. It was launched on 2nd of October 2014. The main objective of the scheme is to make the country open defecation free and provide the toilets for unreached area where there are no toilets for defecation and management of solid liquid waste, okay? So under the program from 2014-15 to 2019-20, up to 5% of the total program funds could be utilized. This 5% is for phase 1, okay? In phase 1, 5% could be utilized, but in phase 2, only 3%, okay? For IEC, that is, and up to 2% for administration charges. And in Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin phase 2, which is implemented from 2020-21 to 2024-25, 3% of total programs can be utilized by states for IEC, that is investment education, and up to 1% for administration charges. One question was also there in NABARD phase 1 about administration charges percentages. You remember? So any statement can be important. Okay, moving on to the next point. This is Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation that administers, and Swachh Bharat Mission Urban is administered by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Now for phase 2, that is launched with effect from 1st April. There are two objectives. First is to make open defecation free, ODF++, and second is for solid liquid waste management in the villages in country by 24-25, okay? And eligible beneficiaries will be provided financial assistance of rupees 12,000 for building individual household toilets, okay? And which is the existing norm of financial incentives. And for those who are not eligible under the scheme for financial assistance of rupees 12,000, they will be encouraged and motivated to invest their own money for constructing toilet in their area, okay, in their house. Now community managed sanitation complex. This is the complex which is managed by the community. This is for the community, and community participation is encouraged, and the limit of financial assistance has been increased from 2 lakh to rupees 3 lakh, with sharing of 30% funds from 15th Finance Commission to rural local bodies, and for the first time 50% of the funds were granted to rural local bodies and are earmarked for water sanitation tied funds, okay? Main objectives already discussed: construction of individual household latrines, construction of community managed sanitation complexes, solid and liquid waste management activities, continued behavior change, communication, and capacity strengthening. That is that it is not only the objective of the scheme to build toilets in every area, but also to bring a behavioral change, that is change in the mind and behavior of the individuals to use toilets and not to defecate in open, and there is the proper management of solid and liquid waste, okay? Coming on to the next question. Everything is clear till now? Any misunderstanding in any point? Okay, coming on to the next question. Global Biofuel Alliance. So Global Biofuel Alliance is a platform which was is a platform in which various countries, especially, I will not answer, you answer first, okay? Aim of India is to achieve ethanol 20 by 25-26. Target of India is to achieve 5% biodiesel by 2030. There are 3 founding members, US, India and Brazil, and Canada and Russia are observer countries. Which of the following statement is or are correct? One, two, three. Yes. 1, 2, 3 are correct because not Canada and Russia. It is Canada and Singapore that were observer countries, okay? And this grouping is basically done to use biofuels and bring strategies and bring various technologies for using biofuels, especially in the transport sector. The main focus is in the transport sector. So reportedly, US, Brazil and India are the major producer and consumer of biofuels, and these 3 countries collectively contribute 85% production and 81% consumption of ethanol globally, okay? So there is there is a need to develop more demand and more supply for biofuels, okay? Because there is only 4% surplus and we need more. So it is very important to focus on biofuels and their supply management. The global ethanol market was valued at $99 billion in 2022 and is expected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 5% by 2032. So they are expecting compounded annual growth rate of 5% by 2032. So this will create a huge demand and opportunities for Indian industry. And initiating countries are India, Argentina, Bangladesh, Brazil, Italy, Mauritius, South Africa, UAE and US, okay? And these are non-G20 countries that were part of the alliance. Iceland, Kenya, Guyana, Paraguay, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, Uganda, Finland, okay? And Canada and Singapore were observer countries. Moving on to the next question. This report is very important, okay? So I have included almost every point of the report which can be asked or is useful for you. So identify the correct statement in the question. Yes, Shyam Sundar, Canada and Singapore are observer countries. What is the correct answer? India's elderly population is growing at a decadal growth of 41%. Population of people aged 80 plus years is expected to increase by around 279% between 2022 to 2050. And more than 40% of elderly in India are in poorest wealth situation. Only 55% people are aware of the old age pension scheme. All are correct? Yes. All are correct. So this report is released by United Nations Population Fund India in collaboration with International Institute for Population Science. These 2 institutes you have to remember. So they, in collaboration, they publish report, and India's elderly population is growing rapidly. So it is growing at a rate of 41%, and with this there is an increase in problem of health infrastructure. Why? Because various people in the age group of 60 and above are not aware of the old age pension. They are not aware they are not in good wealth condition to afford health care services. Okay, so it is a rising problem for India, and the elderly population in India will surpass population of children, that is between 0 to 15 by 2046. Okay, and the population of people aged 80 plus years is expected to increase by 279% between 2022 and 2050, and women have higher life expectancy. So there can be a question that men have higher expectancy of life between 60 to 80, but no, women have higher expectancy of life at ages 60 and 80 compared to men. Okay, and more than 40% of the elderly in India are in poorest wealth condition. That's why their health situation is a major problem. Most states in southern region and northern states such as Himachal Pradesh, Punjab reported a higher share of elderly population. So most states in South India and northern India have more elderly population, and a gap is expected to widen by 2036. And the sex ratio among the elderly has been climbing steadily since 1991. Okay, and between 2011 and 2021 the ratio increased in India as a whole across. Okay, ratio is increasing all over the country, whether in Western India or any UT of India, this ratio is increasing. Okay, and in Northeast and East the sex ratio of elderly increased. It remained below 1000 in both the years. Okay, so these were some major highlights. And 55%, that is nearly about 1.5 of the population, that is of old age, are not aware of the schemes and various schemes that government runs for them. Okay, they are not aware about what help they can take from the government in regarding their scheme or their healthcare services or other services. Next question, very important. Global Innovation Index 2023. This is the 16th edition of the index. It is published twice a year. This is for the 13th year in a row that Switzerland is the most innovative economy. And this year Sweden has overtaken the US and has climbed to the second position. Which of the following statements are correct? C. What about others? What are your views? Yes, 1, 3 and 4 are correct. Okay, 1, 3 and 4 are correct because it is not published twice a year, it is published annually. Okay, yes, this is the 16th edition and this is for the 13th year in a row that Switzerland is the most innovative economy. And this year Sweden has overtaken US and climbed to the second position. Very important statement. So we'll study the report and important points. Okay, so the Global Innovation Index is published by World Intellectual Property Organization headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, a specialized agency of UN. And Global Innovation Index revealed the innovation status of 132 economies. This year it reviewed the innovation status of 132 economies, and various economies use Global Innovation Index as a tool to build an action plan for their economies, like where they can grow more, what area they need to cater more or focus more in the economy. Okay, so it is a very helpful data for most of the economies, and this is for the 13th year in a row that Switzerland is the most innovative economy, followed by Sweden, US, UK and Singapore. Science and technology cluster are the areas. So these are the areas where majority of technologies are localized in a country. Means in a country there must be an area in which all the technologies are there. Like in India we have Bangalore, we have Chennai, we have Delhi. Okay, and the top science and tech innovation clusters in the world are, first one is Tokyo, Yokohama. So majority of clusters are in China only. India has for India has 4 clusters. Okay, in top position is China. The rank of India is 40th rank with a score 38.1. Score is also important. You have to remember score, because in various exams I have seen that they are asking scores also, because everybody remembers the ranking of the country, but score is also an important part to remember. So now, focusing on India, India is the first among the 37 lower middle income group economies. Okay, in lower middle income group, India is first. India is also first among the 10 economies in Central and Southern Asia. Okay, India is 46. See, these 4 points were repeatedly there in the report. Okay, it means that these 4 are important. You have to remember their position as well as in which they are getting this position. Like India is ranked 46th in innovation input. Innovation input means what country is spending in research and development. Okay, and innovation output is what type of products, what innovative products the country is building. That is innovation output. So India ranks 46th in innovation input and 35th in innovation output. And what is the weak point of India? That is infrastructure. Infrastructure is the weak point of India and it ranked at 84. Okay, and what is the best point? That is market sophistication. The highest rank in the pillars of Global Innovation Index, the highest score of India is in market sophistication. That is the awareness of buyers in an economy. Okay, how much aware are the buyers of the economy? Next is India's main innovative market strength are domestic market scale, ICT services, exports and venture capital received. So these are the innovative market strength. That is domestic market scale, ICT services is second, venture capital, okay, ICT services, exports. Okay, so these are the strengths of the Indian economy and it is performing very well in these sectors in innovation index. Now India's unicorn valuation is at approximately 5% of GDP. Approximately, you can remember, that is 5% of GDP in 2023. And India has only 4 clusters in science and tech, and at the top is Bangalore, followed at the top is Chennai, then Bangalore, then Mumbai, and then last is Delhi. Okay, so you should know the pillars of Global Innovation Index. So these are the pillars of Global Innovation Index. First is market sophistication, in which India is ranked 28. This is not important. You just have to remember the top and the last rank in pillars of India. India is weakest in infrastructure and best in market sophistication. Second is knowledge and technology output. Third is Global Innovation Index 2021. Okay, business sophistication, human capital and research, institution and creative outputs. Okay, now there are some points given in the report, that is the top firm, the top performer in India, that company is Tata Motors, followed by Sun Pharmaceuticals and Industries, Aurobindo Pharma and Dr. Reddy. These are the top 4 firms of Indian economy. Okay, this was given in the report. So just at least remember the top 2, that is Sun Pharma and Tata Motors. Next is, what are the top unicorn companies in India? First is Byju's, second is Oyo Rooms and third is Swiggy. These 3 are the top unicorn companies of Indian economy. Everything is clear? Bias 132 economies, not 134. Okay, you are answering the question. Bias Mohammed 1, 3 and 4. Please put comma. Okay, next question. Please read the question. Identify the correct statement about Sphoorti scheme. Now why this scheme is important? Because KVIC is in news, okay. So launched in 2005, revamped Sphoorti scheme started on 1st of August 2014. Nodal agencies KVIC, financial assistance provided for any specific project shall be subjected to a maximum of rupees 5 crore, and categorization of industries are based on khadi industry, village industry and core industry. There was one question also pre about the categorization of industries. See, question comes from such points. D. Yes, all above statements are correct. So answer is D. So the full form of Sphoorti, schemes of fund for regeneration of traditional industries. Basically the focus of Sphoorti scheme is to categorize the industry and will categorize the industry in areas and support the traditional artisans by providing sustainable financial assistance, okay. So this is the program by Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, in which they organize the traditional industries and artisans and producers into collective groups, and then they provide the long-term financial assistance, okay. So traditional industries are divided into khadi industries, village industries and core industries, basically related to the coconut, okay. Now what are the objectives? Objectives are normal only, that is to organize the traditional industries, providing employment, enhance the marketability of their products, and provide skills and capabilities, provide tools and promote their business and promote entrepreneurs. More entrepreneurs are required in the sector, and to make provision for common facilities and improve tools, okay. And focus is also to reach the uncovered districts and aspirational districts also. So they are focusing on covering each and every district, okay. And to support the traditional artisans with special focus on disadvantaged section of the society. The scheme would cover 3 types of interventions, namely soft intervention, hard intervention and thematic interventions, okay. So soft, which includes general awareness, counseling, motivation, trust, such interventions are called soft intervention. Hard interventions means creation of facilities such as infrastructure ho gaya, and multiple facilities for product and packaging, okay. And next is thematic intervention, which includes like branding of the product and marketability of the product, promoting the products, okay. And the maximum financial assistance is 5 crore for regular clusters, which consist of up to 500 artisans. The assistance is 2.5 crore per cluster, and for major clusters, that is more than 500 artisans, include that gives 5 crore per clusters, okay, is provided to major clusters, okay. Please remember the number, regular cluster and major cluster. Regular is up to 500 and major is more than 500 artisans. Now coming on to some statement, some fill in the blanks type questions. Question number 7. Dash scheme was launched for welfare of street vendors, and recently extension of lending period was extended up to dash. The scheme provides second tranche of rupees dash and third tranche of rupees dash, also the interest subsidies of dash percentage. PM Swanidhi. Yes, wherever you see street vendors, it means PM Swanidhi, okay. Very easy to identify. What is the answer for option A? PM Swanidhi. For B, the scheme has been extended up to what date? December 2024. Yes, okay, December 2024. And third is second tranches of how much? Yes, second tranche is of 20k and third tranche is of 50k. So launched in June 2020 extended till December 2024, fully funded by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. SEBI is the implementation agency. This provide working capital to the street vendors working on or before 24th March 2020. Okay, and there are 3 tranches, that is 10,000, 20,000 and 50,000. Okay, so those who were vending till 24th March 2020 can avail the benefits, and there is interest subvention of 7% on timely payments, and to promote digital transaction rupees 100 per month is provided, that is rupees 1 per transaction with a maximum limit of 100 transaction per month. Okay, now graded guarantee cover is there, that is credit guarantee fund trust for MSC is there, and it will provide or compensate the loss in first loss default, that is up to 5%. First loss default is that is up to 5% of the amount. It will be guaranteed 100%. Okay, and for second loss, that is beyond 5% up to 15%, 75% of default portfolio. Okay, and for maximum guarantee, that will be 15%. Maximum is 15% will be provided, and the third tranche of loan is with effect from 1st June 2022. Okay, next, have you all covered the PDF till question number 10 that I have provided? Kiran, it is for whole PIB. Okay, I have told you in the first class of MCQ session that I will take September 1st, then October. I am not providing the date, but my way of going for the MCQ is like that only. I will take September month first, then October 1st, 2nd, and then we'll go backwards. Okay, have you all covered the PIB PDF that I have provided for MCQ till question number 10, this PDF? If you have covered, I will move to question number 11. Or you want me to explain? Yes, Kiran, have you completed the PDF? Okay, I will explain. Okay, so there are 4 categories for eligibility of beneficiary, that is street vendors should have license issued by the urban local bodies. If they do not have license, so at least they should be covered in the survey, and if they do not have any license or neither covered in survey, then they should have a letter of certification letter or letter of recommendation by the urban local body, town vending committee. Okay, that service is yet to be launched, not launched till now, and vendors nearby to the developing cities on the boundaries of rural urban areas working within the limits of ULBs have been issued letter of recommendation. Okay, so town vending committee is basically a committee with a member of 18 maximum. Okay, that will consist a chairperson, and 50% will represent the street vendors, and 40% the marginalized, and rest 10% will be from NGOs and other organizations. Okay, coming on to the next question. Raghu is a vendor in city, but he resides near a village. He has a small stall of Pani Puri in market as on 24th March 2020. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, his business suffered major loss and is unable to maintain his working capital expenses. So he heard about PM Swanidhi scheme of central government from his neighbor and applied for the same. Answer the following question based on the paragraph. Have you read the question? Should I move on to the options? Okay, So first tranche is of how much, and he can repay the amount in how many months? 10,000 in 12 months, 10,000 in 24 months, 10,000 in 36 months, or 10,000 in 6 months? Shyam Sundar is saying A. Yes, it is 10,000 in 12 months. Next, how much security is required to be paid by him for the application of loan? No security. Yes, no security is required because it is a collateral free loan. Now, interest rate of the scheme under PM Swanidhi is to be decided by which of the following? Banks can decide on their own rate of interest, Government of India, Reserve Bank of India, or all of the above will sit together and decide the rate of interest. A is saying B. Government will decide. Okay. What about others? Shyam Sundar is saying A. Oh, you're looking at the answers. Are you looking at answers? So, banks can decide their own rate of interest, okay? So, some important points. It is necessary to link the mobile number with Aadhaar to avail the benefit of loan. See, if your mobile number is not linked with the Aadhaar, it is very difficult to get the loan in this scheme also and PM Kisan also. And vendor who stays in the surrounding of rural area are also eligible for the scheme. Interest is decided by bank as per Government of India guidelines. So, bank can have their own rate of interest but on the guidelines of Government of India. So, bank will decide their rate of interest on the guidelines of Government of India. Okay. And government will give 7% interest to the beneficiary account directly. So this is also can be a question, like 7% interest subvention is given to the beneficiary directly in their bank account and is not given to the bank authorities. Okay. And in case of scheduled commercial bank, small finance bank, cooperative banks, the rates will be as per prevailing rate of interest. In case of NBFC microfinance institutions, interest rate will be as per RBI guidelines. Okay, and in respect of microfinance institutions, non-NBFC, lender categories not covered under the RBI guidelines. So, these two will give the loan on RBI guidelines. Okay. And if any beneficiary want to repay the loan before the tenure, there is no prepayment penalty. He can repay the loan without any penalty before time. There is a town vending committee for under the scheme. What is it? It plays a very important role. Why? Because it identifies the beneficiary under the scheme as provided in the Street Vendors Act 2014. Very important question. So, beneficiaries are identified on what criteria and by whom? So, beneficiaries are identified by Town Vending Committee as per Street Vendors Act 2014. Okay. There can be maximum of 18 members, municipal commissioner, executive officer as chairperson, 50% will be members representing various local authorities, 40% should be vendors and 10% should be NGOs and CBOs. Okay. Next question. Identify the correct statement about PM Gati Shakti. There are 7 pillars. Under the Gati Shakti, a monitoring group under Ministry of Railways will oversee the key projects. It brings together 17 ministries for planning and execution of the project, and one of the target is to extend the 4G connectivity to all villages by 24-25. कौन cheating कर रहा है? Who is cheating? ये From question number 11, no one can cheat, right? No PDF is available from question number 11. Yes, D, 4 is true. Okay. So it is launched in 2021 with amount of 110 lakh crore. Primary objective is to integrate the infrastructure project of the country and build a integrated initiative that will be under the 16 central ministries and departments. Okay, there are 6 pillars, not 7. That is real-time monitoring, centralization, prioritization, coordination, analysis and optimization. 7 sectors are covered, that are road, ports, mass transport, railways, waterways, airport and logistic infrastructure. Now what are the targets for 2025? The capacity of railways to transport is that cargo will be increased to around 1600 tons by financial year 2025. Okay, this is for railways. Then next is for renewable capacity to be at 225 gigawatt by 25. Okay, by financial year 2025. Just remember the numbers. Okay, it is very easy if you revise again and again. Okay, additionally adding 17,000 kilometers to the gas pipeline and development of 11 industrial corridors and 2 new defense corridors. Okay, that is the target. Now last question in which you can cheat because of PDF. From 11 onwards nobody can cheat in any question. Honorable President in his address to the joint session of the Parliament of 16th Lok Sabha indicated that each drop of water is precious. Government is committed to giving high priority to water security. It will complete the long pending irrigation projects on priority and launch the dash. This is a scheme which was launched with the motto of Har Khet Ko Pani. There is a need for seriously considering all options including linking of rivers where feasible for ensuring optimal use of water resources to prevent the recurrence of floods and droughts. So this is the speech of our Honorable President on launch of a scheme. Identify the scheme. These are the options. It is Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Okay. What is the motto of this scheme? Har Khet Ko Pani. Coming on to question number 2 and 3. Now the scheme was launched in which year? Scheme was launched in which year? 2015. Yes, 2015, but on which date? There are 3 options with 2015. It was launched on 1st July 2015. Okay. Dash is implemented under RKVY from 2022-23. It is per drop more crop. Okay, per drop more crop is implemented under RKVY. Okay, now let's study about the scheme. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. First of all, it is very important scheme and there are 3-4 components of the scheme and 1 or 2 components are under this scheme or some other department. Okay, so do read it carefully. So it was launched on 1st July 2015. Motto is Har Khet Ko Pani. So by harnessing rainwater through Jal Sanchay and Jal Sinchan, what is the meaning of these 2 terms? Jal Sanchay means to revamp the old water bodies, like to clean reservoir, clean dams, clean lakes, and then use it for irrigation purpose and revamp their potential. Okay, that is Jal Sanchay. And what is Jal Sinchan? that is to provide the on-farm water efficiency, that is for irrigation purpose, improve the efficiency of water, assured irrigation should be there, okay, and there is conservation of groundwater. This is Jal Sinchan. Now micro irrigation will be the popularized to ensure per drop more crop. And what are the objectives? Objectives are simple, that is to achieve convergence of investment in irrigation field, enhance physical access of water on the farm, integration of water source distribution and its efficient use, improve on-farm water use efficiency and enhance the adoption of precision irrigation, enhance recharge of aquifers, introduce sustainable water conservation and ensure the integrated development of rain-fed areas. 8th is to promote activities relating to water harvesting and explore the feasibility of reusing. So every area of water efficiency, whether it is of reuse, improving water efficiency, revamping the old reservoir, integrating the investment and integrating the various water source and their distribution. Okay, these are the targets or objectives. Now components of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. First is accelerated irrigation benefit program. This is to foster the completion of ongoing major and medium irrigation. So basically this component is to focus on the major and medium irrigation projects and to complete them before time and focus on fastening the completion of the project. And second is Har Khet Ko Pani, that is water should reach on every farm. So for this there is creation of new water source through minor irrigation, both surface and groundwater, okay. And repair, restoration, renovation. Repair, restoration, renovation of water bodies, strengthening carrying capacity of traditional water sources, construction, rainwater harvesting structures, that is Jal Sinchay, what I have explained. And command area development, that is for distribution network from source to the farms. Command the area of development means that is to organize the source of water and its distribution network, okay. And groundwater development in areas where it is abundant so that sink is created to store runoff or flood water during peak rainy season, okay. Now who are eligible under the scheme? Eligibility. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana will adopt a dynamic annual fund allocation methodology that mandates states to allocate more funds to irrigation sector for becoming eligible. Means they will set a criteria, there is a method that it is not easy to get the fund. They have to achieve the fund for their Sinchai Yojana. So for this a state will become eligible to access the fund of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana only if it has prepared any district irrigation plan and state irrigation plan, okay. So state have to prepare district and state irrigation plan. Second, that state will be given additional weightage for levying charges on water and electricity for irrigation purpose, okay. And third is that interstate allocation of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana fund will be decided based on some factors, that is share of percentage of how much is unirrigated area, what is the percentage of expenditure that state is spending on water resources, okay. These are some criteria for identifying the beneficiaries, okay. Now Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare is implementing per drop more crop scheme which is operational from 2015-2016 in the country, and it is mainly focused on water use efficiency at farm level. This is very important line. Water use efficiency at farm level through micro irrigations, okay. That is drip and sprinkler irrigation system, and this drip and sprinkler irrigation system we basically take help of which country? That you will answer in the comment section. So PDMC is being implemented under RKV, that is per drop more crop is being implemented under RKVY from 2022-23. Now what is micro irrigation fund? There is a fund under the scheme that MIF with an initial corpus is of 5,000 crore, very important amount, operationalized in NABARD in 2019-20, okay, to facilitate state government efforts in mobilizing additional resources and expanding coverage for micro irrigation. So a dedicated fund is established from 2019-20 under the administrative control of NABARD, and for giving funds to the state under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, per drop more crop. Okay, the nodal ministry here is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, and under the scheme the funding arrangement loans are extended to participating state government with 3% interest subvention from Government of India. So there is also a provision of interest subvention in Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana of 3%. Okay, nodal ministry is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Okay, so should be Israel or Denmark? Confirm and answer in the comment. Okay, please do like the session if you think it is fruitful for you. Okay, so that I can get that you are learning here. Do you want to continue with the question, or should we wind up here and continue with question number 11 from tomorrow? Want to continue, or we should continue tomorrow? Tomorrow? Okay. So tomorrow I will discuss question number 11 to 20th, specifically focus on October PIB. Okay, and tomorrow's session is very important. I am telling you in advance because various schemes and many important news, static data and other crops data, geographical condition data will be there. Okay, so tomorrow's session is very important. Don't skip it because PDF was already there for this session, but PDF of tomorrow's session I will provide only after taking the session. Okay, so if you will revise in the class first, then you will read PDF, you will able to retain more. Okay, getting my point? Because there will be 2 times revision. First you will learn in class, and in class you learn more. Okay, you agree? Okay, so for tomorrow we will cover the question number 11 to 20th or more question. Okay, tomorrow will be a detailed session of various important news. Okay, okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you.